What is going on, guys? Xtimus here. So today I wanted to give you guys my serious thoughts on everything going on with Diablo Immortal. I know you guys have been wanting me to sit down and make a serious statement about everything that's been going on. So I'm just going to give you guys my thoughts on everything and just go over some of the major things that I see are important to talk about. So I'm just, trying to take a deep breath here, because there's just so many things I want to get into. I'm not going to edit this video very much, probably just with the intro, but as far as everything else that I'm talking about, I'm just going to try and speak very freely to you guys, so I can just sit down and have a conversation with all of you. So there's a lot of things I want to talk about. So overall, I just think that Diablo is dead. I think the franchise is dead, at least right now. I believe that there is a future for the game, but for the past few years, it's just been so dead to me and to everyone else. You can see that through YouTube views. You can see that through the amount of people watching on Twitch. There are more people playing Diablo 2 than there are Diablo 3. Now, you guys know I love Diablo 2 much more than I do Diablo 3, but that's not even the point. The point is, even Diablo in general, there's just not that much excitement around it anymore. There's excitement, like we're excited for a new game, but no one is excited to play the Diablo games right now. I mean, we all know and love Diablo 2. I've been playing Diablo 2 since I was a small child, and I'm always going to play it, and it's never going to get boring. But we're all looking for the next thing here, and it's like going back and watching an old movie. You're always going to go back and watch an old movie. You're always going to go back and play Diablo 2. But I think a lot of us don't agree with Diablo 3, and there's just nothing left to do, and no one is excited about playing the games anymore. And Path of Exile, in a way, has kind of taken that over, but even Path of Exile isn't as big as it should be. And as far as the whole Diablo Immortal thing, it was the worst decision. Whoever made that decision, it was probably the worst way they could have done it. I mean, putting a Diablo mobile game on the front stage on the Diablo panel at BlizzCon and saving this for last was not a good idea. If they went and just, sort of just went ahead and put this on mobile, not a big deal. But to me, there was no reason to put it on the front stage. And obviously, we're hyped for other things. Diablo 4, Diablo 2 Remastered. But this is the reality of it right here. And this has been going on for a long time. Blizzard has been owned by another company for probably as long as you've known Blizzard. They've gone through different names and merged with different companies and all that stuff. The reality of it is right now is that the company that owns Blizzard, that company merged with Activision to create one company. So in other words, you can say that Activision owns Blizzard. And this has been going on for a very long time. And I try and mention it to you guys so maybe you can understand, or just maybe do a little bit of research on it. We've seen this with Diablo 3 in Blizzard North. When Blizzard North was making Diablo 3, their version, they started Diablo 3 development, I think, in like 2001, a very long time ago. The company that owned Blizzard at that time, they didn't like the way the development was going. They didn't like Blizzard North's version of Diablo 3. And this got so bad that they just couldn't do it anymore. Even David Brevik has talked about it. I watch his streams all the time. I'm such a fanboy of Brevik. Not only just him, just everyone at Blizzard North. And this is just the way it seems like it's been going for a long time. And coming out with this Diablo Immortal, we don't know for sure any of this stuff. We don't know for sure what goes on behind the scenes, but this is the way I look at it, and what I see is that I truly do not believe that the people at Blizzard are to blame for this at all. It is the company that owns them and the major people that own them that are making these decisions. When I saw the Rikers video, I saw him interviewing Frank Pierce and Alan Adham. And when I seen this interview, you know, I could see Frank over there. I could just see the look on his face as if just something wasn't right. Or that people at Blizzard that have been talking about Immortal, they don't even seem passionate about this game at all. And these guys have been, you know, I understand that we're upset. I'm upset too. You know, I think it's ridiculous. This is the worst thing that could have came out of Diablo this year. And now we have to wait longer, another 17 years. 17 years and we got Diablo 3 and a character pack and expansion. And now we have to wait a whole nother year because you know they're not going to announce their next Diablo game until the next BlizzCon. So a whole nother year we need to go play Path of Exile or something. But these guys, Alan Adham and just everyone else, you know, Mike just left Blizzard. You know, these guys have been working. These guys know what they're doing. And there's no way that I think that they truly think that this was a good idea. And if they don't think it's a good idea, or maybe they were against this before Immortal was announced, I just don't think that... I think that they're smart enough to know that this was a bad decision. But I don't think that there was anything they could do about it. We don't know for sure, but just from what I see and from what I hear from Brevik and what I see with what's going on and who owns Blizzard, I mean, that's just that seems like that's the reality of it. And it hurts me so much. I mean, I know we're upset, and you know we got the memes, and you know it's funny to laugh about it and everything. But you know we're all just upset, and it hurts me so bad to see Blizzard suffer this way. You know, and it's just bad, man. And that's just what it looks like from my perspective. You know, it just seems like everything is falling apart for Blizzard, and it doesn't seem like there's anything that they can do about it. And, I mean, that's it, man. I mean, I don't know what else to say. You know, I'm upset as well. You know, I want to see Diablo shine. This has probably been going on since before Diablo 2. We've seen that with Diablo 2 as well. Diablo 2 was, when they were developing it, when Blizzard North was creating Diablo 2, you know, they were really getting pushed to put the game out. As awesome as Diablo 2 is right now, it probably could have been 1,000 times better. I mean, just imagine that, because there were so many things that they were working on that they weren't allowed to do. They didn't get the time to finish it. The guild houses and just things like that. The guild house is a good example. You know, there's just things they wanted to work on, but they just couldn't. As magical as Diablo 2 is, it's so crazy to think that it could have been like 100 times even better. And I think this is just the reality of it, man. And, you know, they're focused on other games. I mean, we've seen countless WoW expansions, you know, Overwatch, all this stuff. I mean, there's no way that they don't have enough time to put together something for Diablo. And I just don't really understand it. The money is there, you know. And all these other companies like Wolcen, people making Wolcen and Last Epoch, maybe even Path of Exile, or even some guy with a lot of money, I think they need to put a major investment into a Diablo-like game. Because we all want it. You know? We all want this awesome Diablo experience that just isn't happening. I mean, Wolcen looks awesome. I think Wolcen has a chance at being the future of a Diablo-like game. I haven't really... Last Epoch is you know, I think it's in very early development stages. And both of the games I can't even really give a, you know, review on. The games are not done. But even Path of Exile, I mean, I've been playing it today a little bit by myself. I don't know much about Path of Exile. I basically know nothing. And even though it's not exactly what I want, I would want a Diablo game. But it seems like for the next year, I'm gonna play Diablo 2 all the time. I'm gonna keep playing it. But as far as another game, we want to see another Diablo-like game. And Path of Exile is the only game there that comes anywhere close to Diablo. And you know, I don't know what else to say. There's my statement on Diablo Immortal. If you guys enjoy my Diablo content, consider subscribing. Just hit the bell button to get notified when I upload new videos.